Two, one.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ray Tampa Podcast. Our podcast offers bold commentary on various subject matters with a laser-like focus on the truth. My name is Ray Tampa. I'm the host of the Ray Tampa Podcast. We have in our studio Mr. Russell Cato, a retired educator with more than 42 years of experience working in the Pinellas County schools. Our other co-host, Mr. Jamie Wilson III, is unavailable today. So Russ and I will hold down the fort. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett publicly and famously referred to her colleague, Marjorie Taylor Greene, as a, quote, bleach blonde, bad-built, butch body individual. And this comment was made in a House committee meeting. The comment followed Congresswoman Greene's comment about Crockett's, quote, fake eyelashes, end of quote. Obviously, the two don't care for each other. However, as of late, Congresswoman Greene has been sounding more and more like Miss Crockett. Please take note of the following. She opposes the gutting of the Affordable Care Act. She opposes the government shutdown. She says that Trump's $40 billion bailout of Argentina is disgusting. She appeared on The View. Let me say that again. She appeared on The View and criticized Speaker Johnson for not calling the House into session. She says the country's labor force has been disrupted by the indiscriminate rounding up of people for deportation. She says she is not a blind slave to President Trump. The host on MSNBC labeled her a rebrand. A rebrand. Marjorie Taylor Greene's transformation and what happened in several elections on November 4th, 2025, make one wonder if a genie has been sprinkling magical dust around. Now, Democrats and others know that they have the power to change the narrative. The criminal elements in our local, state, and federal governments know that a change is going to come. Oh, yes, it is. All right, Russ, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Marjorie Taylor Greene has been transformed, and she's now offering criticism of her Republican colleagues in and out of Congress. What you think?
I don't think she's been transformed. She's just trying to save her job.
Trying to save her job.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point.
I think if you look where she's coming, I think she represents Plain Georgia or something like that.
Rome, Georgia.
Somewhere in the vicinity. And if you look at that population of people, I think it's rural white folks.
Correct.
And most of those people are on affordable care.
Correct.
So you can understand why she's concerned. Trying to change her, well, not trying to change her opinion, but she's trying to please those people who elected her.
All great points, Russ. All great points. But one of the main reasons that she quoted as being in support of the ACA, Affordable
Right.
The Obamacare. One of the main reasons she quoted early on is the fact that her son has his insurance jacked up, and she's opposed to that. She's opposed to that.
Yeah.
But for her to say that Speaker Johnson is to blame for this shutdown, Speaker Johnson is to blame for not calling Congress into session, the House in particular, into session. And Marjorie Taylor Greene has also made a statement that once the House goes into session, once the Epstein files are released, she has no problem reading the names of those individuals in that file on the House floor. And one of the reasons she's saying that is congressmen, congresswomen, they can't be held responsible, legally responsible for what they say on the House floor. And she is making it perfectly clear. She has no worry about being sued, calling out the names of the individuals in those files, be they Republican or Democrat.
Yeah.
I applaud her for that.
Yeah. You have to.
I applaud her for all the other things she's saying as of late. As of late.
I still think you got to understand her background is still Magna Republican.
Oh, she's a MAGA person,
She's
yeah.
a Magna. And then you got to understand, too, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. And if you notice, all the speakers of the House has really been controlled by Trump. I don't care what Speaker of the House. You know, all of them got to go back and kiss the ring. If you notice, the previous Speaker of the House had to go back and make amends to President Trump. I think what we are seeing here, that the Republican Party is not controlled by nobody but Trump. Everything must go through him. He is the person who's saying yay or nay. In fact, the Affordable Care Act, what they're fighting over right now, he is saying, I don't even want to compromise. Well, he gives this to Mike Johnson. You see, Mike Johnson said, we're not compromised. I think, in other words, what I'm trying to say to the people, that Trump controls all of this. Every piece of it. He controls Marjorie Taylor Greene. He controls Mike Johnson. He controls every piece of the Republican Party. So when you're looking at Marjorie Taylor Greene, I can understand her kind of shifting her action and things like that, but she still is a Magna Republican.
She's still a MAGA.
Yeah, I don't care how you look at it.
Still a MAGA
She's
Republican.
still a Magna Republican.
But she's loosening some of those more extreme views.
Yeah, she has.
Like you said, she's trying to protect her job.
Protect her job.
Yes.
And I don't blame her. No, I don't blame her. I mean, you're trying to protect your job. I think one thing that the public gonna have to really look at is look at what is being said and look at what is being done. You see, I think that's where the public get all confused. Even when, for instance, they're telling President Trump right now, you ran on economics, but you ain't doing a damn thing. Economics.
Not a
Everything is going everywhere. And that's one thing I want to talk about in my thing here with the public school system.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
Well, like I said in the monologue here, it's like a genie.
Yes, it
was
is.
sprinkling
Yes.
magical dust
Yes, it is.
around in recent weeks.
Yeah.
Because what happened in the elections
Oh my
in the
God.
last few days, amazing, almost magical.
Yeah.
Mamdani, he was polling at 1%.
Yeah.
When the polls first started coming out, 1%. And this guy won election with a majority of the vote.
And
That's
so,
amazing.
yeah, but there's a reason for that too, because here's what Mamdani did. He took Bernie Sanders The same thing Bernie Sanders said, he pushed it out there. But the difference between Bernie Sanders and Montgomery is age-wise. I think Montgomery's 34.
34.
He's saying the same thing Bernie Sanders saying. I think Bernie's for about 80-something. I really don't know.
Right.
And see what is happening. If you look at the population of people voting now, it's going to be these young people. The Republican Party, and that's what Mondani did. He appealed to what they call the Gen Z population.
Gen Z, yes.
That's who Trump had a lot to do with when he was elected. You see, and that's what Mondani is doing right now. But they want to kill him with the word socialism. And they want to tie socialism to communism. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're doing it. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with a gentleman yesterday,
That's what's going to happen.
and he kept saying to me,
Yeah.
he's a communist. He's a communist. I say, he's not a communist. He's a socialist.
He's a socialist.
And then the guy asked me, well, what's the difference? I say, there's a difference.
There's a difference.
The communists want to own everything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they
want to own it.
And that's what
the
Trump
socialists want to spread the wealth.
Yeah. Well, part of our government, when you look at it, Social Security, the entitlement program, they are social programs.
Yeah.
That's socialism with itself.
Yeah.
And if you look at the European countries as far as their health care is concerned, that's what they own. They socialize medicine. We could do that here, but here again, if you use the word socialism, which is really ridiculous.
When the Republicans, they want to kill everybody using socialism or communism.
Yeah.
But look at what that clown president we have is doing.
A talker.
He wants to be a friend of communists.
Yeah, he's a autocracy.
He wants to be a friend of the socialists.
Yeah.
He wants to be a friend of powerful people in other countries because he envies these individuals and their power. But yet, if you're an individual in this country and he thinks he can harm you by calling you a socialist, what a joke. Yeah. What a joke.
You just have to be careful and understand what's going on in this country. And this country is really under the control of autocracy. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody sees it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's something else. And then go on, Ray.
Let's look at another point that Marjorie Taylor Greene has identified as not supporting. She's not in support of the way the immigration policy is being implemented. She doesn't like rounding up people the way the ICE people are rounding up people. And she even indicated when she made that statement that I know I'm going to get pushback. I know I'm going to get pushback. But what she's saying is, I'm just living on reality from here on out. She's trying to justify her comments by saying, I'm living on reality from here on out.
Yeah.
Hey, good. Live on reality. Because you've been in fantasy land before now. All these ridiculous theories that she's been espousing. Trumpism. All right, let's move on to another topic. What you got, Russ?
Well, let's piggyback on this and to this. If you notice, Ray, in the last couple of months, that the Florida legislature, they're going backdoor legislation to destroy public schools. And if you notice, they passed, I think the audience knows this, they passed 2 laws that went into effect this year in 2025 to define what a charter school is. And that law stated a charter school is a public school. It is operated through government funds, but it's operated differently from public schools. And charter schools can be of a private nature. This what sticks. The second law that was passed is called coexisting. You may have heard of it. In other words, charter schools can really go into the public school and take space, set up their system along with the public school system, as long as they have available space in the public school.
Okay.
You know,
Are you saying they passed that into
Yeah.
law?
that's that into law. It's
When?
called coexistence this year.
When? This year.
This year.
Okay. I was very much aware of the concept,
Yeah.
but
This
I
year.
was not aware that they passed
Yeah.
the law.
Yeah. Called coexistence. And the funny thing about coexisting is that once they go in, they don't have to pay nothing. They go in free of charge. And they go right there. And some year ago, maybe a year ago, that when you talk about charter school, you're looking at charter schools trying to take on struggling students. That's not the case anymore. Charter schools now can go in if there's excess space in the public school system. There are two private charter schools out there. One is called Success, which is based in, I think, out of New York. They could be in Miami. But the one that is scaring us here in Florida, I think it's called Martell's, Martel, something like that, Martel. This is the one that is saying to the public school system in 2027, we are coming in, your excess space. They have designated what schools in Pinellas County they coming into.
They've already identified
Yeah,
schools in Pinellas County.
all right. And one is Bay Point, by the way, too. But they have designated over 13 or 14 schools that they're coming into. They are writing letters to these people right now and tell them, we are coming in. And this will not happen until 2027. But they're getting prepared to go in right now.
We're going to have to call school board member Edmund
Yeah.
and get updated on a lot
Yeah.
of this stuff.
They've told
I told her maybe 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
that I used to be up on everything connected to the school system.
Yeah.
I knew all of the discussions concerning the schools.
Yeah.
But lately, my focus has not been on the school.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I need to get reacquainted.
But you have said something that the Trump people like for you to say. One of the strongest points of the Magnum Party, even in Florida, is deflection. Here we talking about SNAP. Here we're talking about the Affordable Care Act. And yet, if I can take your attention, put it on there, and sneak in the back door.
Well, they've done it. They've done it.
You see what
They have done it.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coexistence.
Yeah, they're very good at it and they're outstanding at it. But the whole thing with this is to give these charter schools to private people who got money. And then they can use taxpayers' funds without using their money to run the school system. They can do this. And that's scary with me. In fact, they call it the Schools of Hope. That's what they call it in the state of Florida.
Okay.
And under the Schools of Hope, they have these two private enterprises, Success, and I think it's called MAT or Master Academy. And that's the one is sending out letters to all the Florida districts that in 2027, 2507, I think it is. Yeah. In 2025, I think it's 07, 2507, that they coming into the school system.
Russ, are you aware of any restrictions that they're going to impose on these charter schools going in the building to share?
There's no restriction.
No restriction.
No restriction. That's the thing about that. Teachers are scared of. You pose no restriction, no type of restriction. They're coming in free of charge. They're using the money that the school system. They don't have to pay a dime. Not for janitorial service, not for cafeteria service, nothing. They start free.
What about the athletic program, say in middle school?
That's a good question. I don't know how that's to be.
Yeah.
That is a good question about the athletic program. That's a damn good question. But the thing that frightens me, if they are able to do this, just let's take me for an example. Let's say I was teaching American history, and they come in, they teach American history. Both of us cannot be teaching the same thing. So which one of us is going to lose our job? That's serious.
Mm.
And I think it's going to be the public school teacher to lose out because the money, they don't have to pay a damn thing, but they got money back. So it's just a matter of fact of trying to destroy the public school system.
Very
It's
interesting
yeah.
subject matter.
Yeah.
And like I said, I need to get reacquainted with what's going on. As a matter of fact, on the 5th of November, they had a COCOA meeting that I wanted to attend.
Yeah.
And I had transportation issues. You
Yeah.
know, my car is in the shop.
Oh, it is?
And I really wanted to go to that meeting to try and get up to speed on some of the things such as what you're talking about.
You know, Ray, let me, Bay Point is one of these schools. Bogacy is one of these schools. Distant Academy. Hunsinger. It's a bunch of them. But these are the schools that academy is going to attack. Yeah. He letting you know he's coming. And he has that approval. You see, now these schools of hope was established in 2017 with the idea to destroy public schools. That's what it was. But now these charter schools are going to be under the control of private enterprises. People got money, you see. And they're doing this all over the nation. Yeah.
Well, I can't believe something as important as this has escaped me.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's by law. It's state law.
Yeah.
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 It's state law. It's nothing that behind. And what Governor Sanders is saying to defend that, he's saying this is a means of opportunity and competition.
Opportunity and competition.
That's right. That's why he approved.
Well, can't wait for this guy's term of office is expired.
Oh yeah, we got.
And I
Yeah.
hope that the investigation into his diverting $10 million
Yeah, nobody's
of
saying nothing about
Medicaid.
that.
Well, a grand jury
Yeah.
supposedly is looking into that
Okay.
right now. And it's my hope that that grand jury decides to suggest charges be filed on somebody, whether it's DeSantis, his wife, or both.
Yeah,
Or
because it's
both.
not supposed to happen, but it did.
This guy felt like he could do anything with the money
Sure.
that he wanted. But interesting subject, and I certainly appreciate you bringing it up because I was not aware that
Yeah.
they had passed a law
Yeah,
to allow coexistence.
that's what it's called, coexist.
Coexistence.
Yeah. And only thing that they need to is if a school has space. That's
Yeah,
what they look
yeah.
at. And our school has space because of the population of kids are declining. So there's a lot of space.
Wow.
Depends on what school you want to have. But he has designated the school already that he wants to take.
When you say he, who is he again?
It's this thing is called MAT, Martyr Academy. They don't give him the name of the person,
Okay.
but it's just the academy itself, you know, but they don't give me the name of the person. And I think it comes out of, if I'm not mistaken, it's based in Miami. I think it is. I'm not too sure.
This is an excellent bit of information.
Yeah.
Excellent bit of information. But it's hard being a teacher these
Oh,
days.
my God, it is.
It's hard being a teacher.
It is.
It's hard being a bus driver. It's hard
Yeah.
being anything in the school system these days.
Yeah. It's something I'll tell you. It's hard.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
I want to ask you, we mentioned his name earlier,
okay.
and we talked about the fact that he went from a 1% in the poll,
Oh,
1% to winning election with a majority of the votes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. But his policies, do you think any of his policies could be relevant here in St. Pete?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
talk about one or two of them. When you say, oh, heck yeah, what?
When you look at the condition of your health, just look at the health program, period.
Right,
A lot of people cannot afford a good health program.
right.
They don't, even if they make enough money, it's so expensive for them to maintain. I noticed when I was a teacher, and every year they gave me the salary, but a large percent of my salary was going to health care.
Definitely.
You see, because other than that, I couldn't afford it. So I'm spending a large of my salary on health care.
You know, Russ, when I retired, when you retired, we didn't leave the school system with adequate health care.
No, never did.
We did not.
Never did.
After 40-some years, you left, and I think they gave you $150 towards your health care. I know that's what they did with me when I retired. $150 to help pay for my health care.
Yeah.
I retired over 20 years ago. And that $150 hasn't increased a penny.
Not 1 cent.
Not 1 cent.
Not 1 cent.
That is the reason.
Yeah.
That is the reason that I spoke to Nikki Capehart and told Nikki, I need to speak to the Congresswoman, Kathy Castor, because I needed to pursue federal government employment, mainly for health care.
Yeah.
I worked 5 years and retired because I got the health care I needed. And thank God I got it. Because look at the issues that I had to deal with. Health care.
It's got to be affordable. And that's, if you notice, that's really the thing that he preached on, affordability.
Yes, yes.
If you know, he preached on affordability.
So if Mondani was here and he was preaching on affordability and he focused on health care, what other issue would gravitate toward our population?
Oh, education.
Education.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Truly
I'm
education.
trying to remember, what is he planning to do with education in New York?
I think he knows that if you look at the education system in New York, it is very backwards. Teachers, the pay, they make a lot of money, but it doesn't compare to what they have to pay to live. And I think he's looking at the salaries of teachers and things like that. Not only is he looking at the salary, he's looking at the struggling kids in the public school system. I think he's looking at these things.
Yes, definitely.
You see?
Well, his policies basically center around housing and rent control. I'm not sure how rent control would work in our system here. But he's looking at housing and rent control. He's looking at transportation. He wants to provide free bus fare for New Yorkers. He wants to dedicate a bus lane so that the buses can move freely, people to where they need to go. He also wants affordable, if not free, child care. But it's a lot we can talk about. I'm glad we were able to introduce this. Really appreciate what you in terms of education here in Pinellas County, and I do want to look into that for myself. And with that being said, Russ, we're at the end, and I want to thank you, as always, for a job well done. I want to thank our listening audience for tuning in to the Rate Sample Podcast, 99.1 FM The Berg, and ask that you do so each and every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. we ask that you go to YouTube, take a look at all of our podcasts, the Ray Tampa podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I want to remind you, if you haven't done so, please call the supervisor of elections office
True.
and request the mail-in ballot.
True.
Supervisor of elections office. And finally, this station, 99.1, is collecting items that can be sent to Jamaica to help the residents there with the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. With all of that being said, good evening.